You got anything to share with us?
Not at all.
I'll say, looks like you got some memes going on over there.
Maybe it pertains to a topic later on in the podcast.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, thank you for tuning in this week, guys, for the Heavens Demons podcast. We're in double digits now, episode 10.
Mm-hmm. And I already want to break.
You're all right. I need a reset.
I need a reset. I need to take a break.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know what we haven't asked? I don't know when we stopped asking, but
Asking ourselves or asking somebody, or what are you talking about?
I would say at least on camera about like how are you like mentally, like on a scale of 1 to 10, like health wise, physical wise.
I would say, I've been thinking about this a lot, but I haven't really, because the way we've been doing the podcast, like we had selected series on, and I'm like, oh, that's a little too deep of a topic to talk about. But
Yeah,
I didn't know, I did not know I was in like a mental and physical drought. Like I thought I was good, but I didn't know I was until I got out of it, and I was like, oh, I wasn't as good as I thought I was.
Did you think you were as good as you thought you were because you were so busy?
Because I was so busy and I was creating and like doing all this stuff and seeing success with everything, and I'm like, yeah, no, everything's cool, like everything's good. And then I think the moment when I started, like, it's as cheesy as it sounds, like when I started seeing results in the gym, and I'm like, oh, I wasn't in a good place, like I was just busy.
Yeah.
And I was like, how long have I been just busy? Like, even though like we've done trips and stuff like that, like those moments are good, great. But like outside of that, when you're not doing something fun or a trip, like I thought I was like, I'm just good. Like I'm in a good space. I'm fine. I'm busy. I'm getting all this done. Like, yeah, I should be happy type of thing. And like, yeah, of course you're happy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then
maybe in the moment.
In the moment, yeah. But like once I started realizing like, oh, I look different than what I looked like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, oh shit, like maybe I wasn't as good as I thought I was.
Just physically or because
physically
you saw the result physically, right?
Yeah, I saw the result physically.
So, and that's when it kind of sparked in your head of like, okay, maybe even mentally I'm not as
sharp
maybe
as I thought it'd be. Maybe even mentally, like maybe because I like just started reflecting, like maybe I wasn't as confident as I thought I was. Like, I found the issue that I didn't know was there. Like seeing a change physically, and then I started thinking back, and like it's always hindsight's 20/20. I started looking back, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense, type of thing.
Got it.
But yeah, like I now I'm great.
So number wise, if you had to,
if it now, okay, the old number, I think I said it was like at an 8. That number
realistically it was probably a what though?
Realistically, it was probably like a 6.
Yeah, not terrible.
Not terrible, yeah. But it was probably like around a 6, like teetering like 6. Bad day go to like 5, below 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like looking back now, it's like fucking I'll be conservative. I mean, it's like teetering that 7.5, 8, like, and on a real good day 8.5. Yeah. Like it's way better. Like now I understand exactly what an 8 is.
Mm-hmm. Like Latin night, what would you classify that night as?
Latin night, I don't know. I was chilling.
Yeah, I know, but
yeah, I was chilling. Like I was fine and confident with myself.
Yeah,
and then. Like, of course, bro, like, you get a compliment, which I did. It automatically boosts you. Like, oh, okay, yeah, no, now, like, I wasn't getting, not that I wasn't getting compliments before, but it's like, oh, no, like, okay, it's reassuring even more so.
Yeah.
Type of in my head. So, Latin night, I was in a vibe. I was in a vibe just chilling.
Oh, bro, that was a good vibe. Shout out Disco
you
for that one.
You always gotta go into a new place. Well, if you're only gonna be there for a weekend, you gotta submerge yourself. You gotta immerse really fast. But if it's gonna be like kind of like a weekly thing, or you're testing out like a new club night, first time, at least for me, new Adam, not 21 through 24-year-old Adam. New Adam, I'm gonna get a feel for the spot. I'll be in the cut, chilling.
25, 26.
Maybe.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I was just fine and content with myself, with you guys, and I'm like, I'm just here. Let's get a vibe. Let's just look what's going on here. How's everything kind of shaking out? Around what time does Disco start playing the hits?
And I'll answer that question as soon as you get there, because that man did not miss the whole time we were there.
And he mixed in like no. He was playing like the hits, But once the place packed out around, what was it, 10:30?
Like 10:30. Yeah.
That's when the hits came out. That's
Yeah.
when like you're like,
Now, he
now
knew.
it's
No,
Latin
he knew.
night.
He knew.
Yeah, no, of course. Like I was talking with Manny like the other day about this, and I was like, he knew. Like I can't play the heavy hitter songs in the beginning,
Nah, don't do
and that
that.
was the sign of a veteran DJ because you want to play good music to get people involved in dancing, but you don't have to play your best shit. Like you don't start throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastballs right out the gate,
Now, unless you're Shohei Ohtani,
unless you're Shohei Ohtani.
which we'll get to that later.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was a good night. That night, I wouldn't even want to put a number on it. Like I was just in my element.
Mm-hmm. That's good though.
How about yourself? I rambled for a bit.
No, it was good. Which I even wanted to ask you a question. Okay, like the dilemma, because everybody can relate to this. Like those nights where you're all, I don't really want to go out because you're kind of in a funk. You're all, I don't really want to do it. Maybe my energy's low. Maybe just different things going on. But you tell yourself you're all, but this could be a chance for you to have a good night in terms of just like maybe it'll re-spark something in you. Maybe it'll kind of turn the tides.
Yeah.
So like trying to distinguish that moment versus the moment of just going out just to distract yourself, like that, like teetering on both of those, because I think a lot of people go through that in terms of I'm gonna either go out to distract myself or this distinguishing moment of I want to go out to see if I could kind of change the tide, or maybe it'll spark something, maybe it'll change something.
Some of my best nights happen when I didn't really want to go out.
And that's what I mean.
Some of the best, most memorable nights. I wish Darren was here to confirm it, but like some of our best nights, and you can attest to this too. Like, there's been times like I'll initially say like, I don't really want to go out, and then not even 30 seconds go by, and I start like giving like little reasonings, like if I get off at this time, like I could kind of make it, like I could switch this thing around, or I could do this, I could do that, and like I start talking myself into it, like fuck it, let's just go. Like I don't want to let this person down, and I'm trying to hold myself more accountable. Now that everything's open back up, I'm vaccinated and like I feel comfortable.
Vacky boy.
I'm like, you know what? If I have time, I'm gonna show up. Whether it be for an hour, 2 hours, the whole time, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna do my best to always just be there. And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's like, fuck, I don't want to go. And then you show up, and then you run into people, or you do certain things, and you see old faces that you haven't seen before in a while. Not whole face you haven't seen before, old face you haven't seen in a while, and you're just like, fuck, I'm glad I came out.
Yeah.
But, and I could say this, like I've been around some dudes, bro, that they go out with an objective.
Oh, the mouth breathers.
The mouth breathers, like they go out with an objective and they ruin the night. Like I can't be out with those kind of people.
The craziest thing about that, and it baffles me because clearly they don't have any self-awareness. But I'm a guy, and even I can notice this, so I know the women notice this even faster.
Guys know, women notice faster, but guys could also recognize the guys that are pressed.
The ones that are pressed, and you immediately felt it when you got in there. It's just,
yeah, they're just woman.
I saw that and I was just like,
fucking mouth breathing orangutans.
Yeah, I don't even know the guy, but like there was a guy, and I think we probably talked about it. Like, do you not have like any homies or anything to be like, hey bro,
no
like
self-awareness,
like, hey bro, like chill out, like you look really tense right now, just relax, like it's okay, like you don't need to make everything like a situation.
Them they do. To them they do. To them they need to make it a point. To them it's like, I don't have a good night unless I dance with something.
Or let's talk.
That's exactly what they say too. Just if women wanted to know.
Yeah. Or yeah. Unless I fuck.
Yeah. Unless I fuck, and it's like, all right, bro. Like you just don't want to have a good time. Like maybe if you have good energy about you, like maybe women will kind of gravitate towards you.
Or if you're just comfortable.
Yeah. Make it. Hey, like I always say, like the dude that always asks where the bitch is the one scaring them away.
Don't be that guy,
bro. Don't ask, bro. You're scaring them away anyway. Like don't even like.
And if you always gotta ask,
yeah,
clearly there's a problem here.
Yeah. Like sometimes we see like that guy, like maybe he's talking to a girl, like do women know? Like I wish we had a female co-host or like a guest, correspondent to be like, do women know the guy that is the where the bitch is at guy? I think they might figure that out after.
I have to assume. Yeah, I have to assume they do.
Like maybe they realize, like maybe mid conversation.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're the guy.
Because the guy could be. I'll say this, and I could speak only for my gender. I don't want to speak on all of my gender, but I'm gonna speak to some of them. We know the guys that are very charismatic, that are
Yeah.
very like welcoming and like he's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's just comforting.
Charismatic.
Yeah, but
Has charm.
with that being said, he's also the guy that he has full intentions of like really making this a situation
Mm-hmm.
constantly. And if he doesn't get like if the situation doesn't go the way he wants it to,
Mm-hmm.
push you by. All right, let's see what else is over
Bro,
here.
I've been out so many times, and
We get it. You're popular.
no. I've been out so many
I'm just
times,
kidding.
and if like just the energy of like if somebody's striking out, like, oh, we gotta go to another spot. It's like, bro, I just paid for this drink. You want me to chug this drink to go to another spot?
If I'm gonna chug this drink, it's because I want to, not because
Yeah,
you're forcing me.
not because you're forcing me. Like, it's just like it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, if I get it, if the spot's lame, if the
Yeah.
spot's playing trash music, if there's nobody in here
Or
at
the
all,
vibes are off.
vibes are off. There's too much light. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Because early when we went at Latin night, I was like, don't you feel like it's too much light?
It's too much light, but then they end up turning it down.
Yeah, then they turned it down, I think, like at 10.
To be fair, they were still serving
They were
food at
serving
the time.
food, and I don't want to eat food in the dark.
Nah,
so I
nobody
can
does.
imagine. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like that's a good that's a good reason why, like, for me, like the first time I go somewhere new that I know like it's gonna be a certain night, I want to get a feel like, okay, I know they serve food and they close the kitchen at 10 o'clock.
Right.
So people are done eating at that time. Okay, the lights are gonna be on, like, cause you could get that vibe too. Like, there's women dancing, everybody's dancing, we're dancing at our table, and I'm like, but I feel like people ain't getting too into it because there's too much light.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a problem.
it's a problem.
Like that. Hey, you gotta have awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Dance, like people getting out of their shells already uncomfortable as
Yeah.
it is. So you provide alcohol, it's gonna help loosen up the mood.
Mm-hmm.
Give them the extra incentive. Turn down the lights tad bit.
Yeah.
Tad bit. Cause hey, bro, unless you're a TikTok dancer, ain't nobody really got moves like that out here. They got the simple two-step. Hey, simple
Honestly, I'm
two-step.
so glad I have not run into that situation of seeing a TikTok dancer.
I've yet to run into it.
Yeah, but it's cool. Like that's a natural thing for people. Like, you want some privacy, have the lights off. Unless you're Drake, I mean, you want some privacy and you got stadium lights.
To be fair, Drake had the lights off, but
no, the lights were on. What do you mean?
no, the whole lights weren't on. It was I know they had I think they had the scoreboard on. Like there's certain, like it wasn't the whole stadium was lit. I don't think it was. I could be wrong.
Maybe
could
it
be
wasn't
wrong.
like primetime light.
No,
But it was lit.
No, well,
You could see it.
Adam, there was enough light clearly when
Yeah,
nothing else
bro.
is going on to be like, okay, there's somewhat light
Yeah,
on. And I
you
see
could look at Chavez Ravine and like, why is Dodger Stadium lit?
Yeah, there's no game on right now.
That's
All-Star
it's-
weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Like Dodgers there's no home game. What's going on here?
Bro, how terrible do you feel for Amari?
How terrible! I feel very terrible. But if Drake wanted a real low key date, he could have came to the HQ. Ain't nobody know where this place is. It takes a
Yeah.
while for the AC to kick on in here.
He could. I mean,
You could have came through,
Drake,
bro. We got a table.
Hey, we got tables. I mean,
We would have disco.
Hey, we got bottles.
We
got bottles.
We would have disco. Curate the vibes for
Yeah.
you. I know you needed like a server or somebody. We could have connected.
We know
and
plenty
nobody
of
would have even known you were here, bro.
But also,
But I think he wanted to be seen.
I don't think he did.
You don't think he did?
No. But also, to be fair, is there ever a time where he could really go out and not be seen? Like it's very hard, especially in LA.
Yeah, but also, dude, like, okay, we talked about this extensively at the gym, but I'm gonna say this: like, it's cool. Like, you want to take, whoever girl you're courting. I'll say like
My
that.
little ting.
Yeah, little ting. I want to take let me show you Dodger Stadium. I'm not gonna make us eat on the third baseline. I'm just not. Like, we could walk around the stadium. We could walk on the field. I could get you a custom jersey if I'm Drake, of course. And
I mean, you don't have to be Drake to get a custom jersey.
no.
but
I'm saying, like, if we're walking on the field and stuff,
The whole
event,
event,
yes, for a minute, and then we're gonna shut off the lights and we're gonna eat like in one of the fucking suites or something where there's air conditioning. And
It's LA though. It's not that hot.
no, I'm just saying, like, we're
Yeah.
gonna be inside. It's gonna be more private. Like, I know it's cool. Like, we're eating on the third. Like,
Honestly, bro, but if I'm Drake, I would love to eat on the field. Like that would be such a cool like event. Like the spectacle of it.
hey, bro,
Not many people can do that.
I guess, but I mean, you have to think to yourself, like, I get it. Ain't nobody gonna see this coming, but it's L.A.
Somebody's that eventually gonna find.
It's L.A. in the time where we have drones. Like, somebody that could have probably seen and has a drone
Yeah,
is probably like, what's going on? Imagine the person if they would have flew the drone in the bitch and like just been hovering over the table.
Oh no.
See, and then what is that invasion of privacy? No, because you're at Dodger Stadium.
Well, no, actually no, because there is zones for drones that they can't fly in, and I know it's especially not around stadiums, just
But
for safety wise. Even if
is
there's
that
no games,
is that even if there's no games?
yeah, there's no games. You still can't fly them in certain areas.
Well, I mean, either way, somebody could see if
Oh,
they
right.
really wanted to.
Yeah, there's gonna be people there.
Yeah, if somebody really wanted to, they could say, I don't care about the zone.
So does it make you feel a certain way now that you know
Mm-hmm.
that when he was courtside of that game, like this, because they've already been they've been courting. They've been for a few months.
They no way. Like even when I saw that they were sitting next to each other, I'm like, oh no, they're talking.
Yeah.
Like, we're men. Usually,
I like to think.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like we're men. We know like men that speak to women that it's not public yet.
Yeah.
But there's a certain like. Y'all seem a little comfortable close to
like
each other.
like the way he was
the way,
maneuvering, the way he didn't want to make too much eye
Bro,
contact.
no,
with, like,
the dead giveaway is her having her back to him, and like, and not even acknowledging him. Like, why are you not acknowledging him?
Yeah.
That's Drake. Like that's
No,
not normal.
no, 100%.
We've been to plenty sporting events, like whether it be like high school, middle school, whatever. Like parents talk to each other. Why are you why are you deliberately not talking?
And
to
you're
him?
sitting right next to him.
Exactly. So right then and there, I'm like, oh no, they're talking.
They've been, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Chrome Hearts collab when the signs all pointed.
They were there. They were right in front of us.
And everybody brought up the receipts of Amari being like seeing. I think it was either Drake's like L.A. house or whatever it was.
It was
like,
his LA house,
they're hanging out, and it's like, why?
And to be fair, he's probably going to be maybe the first overall pick in the NBA draft once he gets there in 2 years.
There, yeah.
So you could see how, maybe he's trying to take him under his
right?
He's trying to take him under his wing. Like he's in that scene like around all the ball players. Drake is, so he's like, oh, yeah, sure, I don't mind this kid being here. But if the kid's there more than once and he's around him more than once, then it's like, I mean,
I just feel bad, like, because we live in the social media age, and because all the people that all the trolls that don't care, people just don't care. Like, remember the Metro Boomin Make It Boom?
Yeah,
bro, Metro Boomin couldn't make a post without people commenting that. It'd be he had to disable his comments. Now that's a grown man. Like, imagine a 16, 17-year-old kid
he's 16,
and like they showed his comment section about like just Drake this, Drake that, Drake this. It's like, bro, this is a kid.
And not even just that, bro. He's gonna hear even worse once he goes to games. Now that this is out, it's
like
from
the fans,
worse.
probably not even his teammates.
Yeah,
because if you're a baller on the team, you're not gonna really hear from your team. You'll hear probably from your best friend.
Yeah,
but you're not gonna hear it from. And you'll probably hear it in private. You're not going to hear it in front of everybody.
And he's also like probably the best player on every single court he gets on. So
probably.
how much shit can you really talk?
Yeah, you can't really talk too much shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's probably going to be like I think the season's over, right? So now he's going to go to UCLA. So now he's going to be in college with drunk college kids.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem.
It's going to be bad. And it's like, well, fuck, like. I don't know what I don't keep up with, top high school basketball recruits, top high school football recruits all day.
Yeah.
But top high school basketball recruits, I don't. So I don't know what type of mentality he has.
It's vague. I really don't know. I don't know too much about him.
I just hope that he has that mentality of like, you know what, like it maybe fuels him or something in some weird way. I hope.
Yeah. No,
when it comes to Drake, it's not like it's gonna just blow over.
Oh no, it never will. But I'll say this: who better to have on your side than a guy who's literally how many memes has Drake been on?
He does it intentionally.
He doesn't now. He doesn't intentionally.
He's been doing it intentionally since Hotline Bling.
Yeah, but you could see how many years he didn't do it intentionally, and he was a meme.
Well, he was a punching bag for about 5 of those years.
100%. So Drake knows that, and he could probably instill a bunch of wisdom or whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, and it was funny just hearing the conversation between everybody. It's just like, yeah, I mean, but it's cool though. Like Drake has his mentor and this and that, and you just hear other people. I don't give a fuck if he's my mentor. Like, bro, you're still my mom. But to be fair, is your mom not allowed to date either?
I would come from the school of thought like I just want my mom to be happy. Yeah. Hey, bro, just treat my mom right. Like I'm not gonna get into her business.
No.
But please don't write songs about my mom.
Yeah. Hey, do me the fucking favor.
Do me the fucking.
At
least do me this.
I don't need to go out to college parties and hear you.
But then again, like, do you think that Drake's gonna like?
Okay. Well, I think he would care a little.
He probably care a little bit, but I mean, I don't know. I try. It's messy.
That's a tough. I don't know. Man. That is a tough one.
It's just messy to maneuver. Like this is the most I really want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, we can move on from it, but it was very noteworthy because he's so young, and I just saw all this going on. I was like, oh, this could be.
I just feel bad.
So problematic for this kid.
I feel bad for him because he's probably had a rough week.
Ah, bro,
and when he gets to college, like there's gonna be kids that are not gonna let him forget, like, hey, or like. Someone's gonna bring it up.
They're gonna make. Hey, you think he give me Drake tickets?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he has an event at the Forum. Think he give me some tickets?
I don't think he. I would hope. I mean, UCLA's trash anyway, but like
garbage.
Like maybe I hope nobody from the school, like students, would say anything. There's probably a couple of jackasses that do, but it's always gonna be like the away teams and stuff. It's like just same thing like what Giannis is going through right now with the free throw. With his free throws.
Yeah.
Like they'll probably bring it up when he's shooting free throws.
Oh yeah.
So. It just comes with the territory of being a professional athlete or being in the spotlight at all. Like it comes with that. Like any little flaw that they could point out, they're gonna point it out. It just sucks.
It just sucks because
it just sucks that you have a beautiful mom and Drake found her.
Yeah,
and he found out about her. I don't know how.
I don't know.
How does he do this?
But if you see
don't
her,
know.
bro, she's a beautiful woman and she's allowed to post whatever she wants.
Dude,
but at the same time,
I did my extensive research.
Who didn't? But what I'm telling you is, it's like. Like as a kid, I don't know how I feel about if my mom was on there like that. But but also not paying rent. So what the fuck do I have to say around here?
You have nothing to really say.
Yeah, bro. Like, hey, that's your mom.
I'll think about it. Like, I'll put it to you this, like, not to say, like, I would judge my mom for anything, but okay, you're thinking about that, like, what his mom's posting. Are you thinking about the kids that are gonna grow up with their moms that have did OnlyFans and porn?
Oh, a lot, yeah.
Yeah, so like I'm pretty sure like if you compare apples to oranges, you'll see the differences.
You'll be all right.
You'll make it out unscathed.
Drake's a different beast though. Well, but we don't. Okay, I think we've harbored on this too goddamn long.
Let's talk about another baller though. A baller that could spell.
A baller that can spell?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be honest. I don't know her name. I know of her.
I have it here. I know her last name's Avant-Garde. It's just I think it's Zyla Avant-Garde.
You mean the girl that's the baller that just does spelling bees on the side?
Yeah, she is the female Bo Jackson.
Because I'll be honest, I don't know what she's better at. Because she looks phenomenal at both.
No, she's better at basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but she's don't get it twisted, bro. Spelling bee is a big thing in itself.
I understand, but I've also seen the highlight tape. I've also seen her dribble multiple basketballs while on a unicycle. Yes. I've seen her dribble like 6 basketballs at once, bro. Like obviously, that's harder, bro, than spelling. Like I understand spelling words is hard. I understand,
but there's a difference. There is strategies in terms of like. The derivative of the word, what language, like
origin.
Yeah, there's a lot of different tricks to the game.
Context clues. Sound that shit out. You could fucking spell in the air. Hey, you either got game or you don't.
Yeah, clearly. But I saw that and I was like,
Hails from the state of Louisiana.
I don't know. I don't even like. It's crazy to think this, but I'm like, I don't know what this girl's gonna be.
Bro, there's videos coming up. I'm like, who is this woman? Who is she? Bro, who's this girl, bro?
You know what she reminded me of? Fucking Black Widow.
Yeah.
She reminded me of Black Widow. I was like, I don't know who this woman is. But she could clearly do anything.
She came out of nowhere.
She could do anything she wants.
Yeah. I was baffled. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like she won spelling bee, this, that, and the third. And then I saw I was like, oh, she does all this as well. Like that's even more impressive.
Like no offense to those other people in the spelling bee, but let's be honest, most of those other people
can they hit a jump shot? Can they even dribble?
I don't think so.
To be fair, Kyle Kuzma can't either. So
yeah, he's in the NBA.
And he's in the NBA, so what the fuck do I know, you know? But can he spell?
There's a lot that Kyle Kuzma can do, but you know
she's such an impressive young woman. Like I saw that she was at the ESPYs over the weekend. It was hard watching Anthony Mackie's opening his cold open for the ESPYs.
Oh, but was he bad?
It was just hard, bro. Because I look at him and I'm like, bro, I don't really find you funny.
No, and bro,
it should always be Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey should just always do it. I don't know,
because he has the pass to say whatever he wants and make it hilarious.
He has it's the tone, it's the pitch changes that he does in his voice and how his facial expressions. He's a comedian.
Yeah,
he's been a comedian for longer than I've been alive. So yeah, that guy should always just host.
The other guy's an actor.
Yeah, the other guy's. Yeah, Just an actor.
Hey, bro, I don't know if he had a worse performance at the or at the ESPYS or at the Celebrity All Star Game, because he was in this the MLB All Star Game, like the celebrity one. Boy, don't got an ounce of athleticism in his body.
Oh wow.
Hey, but you see him on screen, it sure looked like it.
Hey, who was it that Quavo struck out?
Oh, that was DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf struck out. Now I know you could run a 10. What was it? A 10-4 or 10 something?
10-3-7.
10-3-7. I know you can run a 10-3-7, but you can't hit a fucking softball. And
No, he cannot.
JoJo Siwa hit off of Quavo.
Yeah,
and then
hey,
Quavo
bro.
struck you out. That's a nasty.
No.
sentence.
I was watching it. It was DK up first. Got struck out in 3 pitches, and but you start off 1 strike, I think. But so that happened, and then terrible, and then JoJo Siwa comes up, does whatever dance she does, and then fucking hits a double off of him, and I'm just like, hell, well, it's a different beast. To be fair, he's never like even. I think they're saying he's never even swung a bat before, so it wasn't gonna go well.
It wasn't.
But has JoJo Siwa? I don't know.
I'll say this, like that's just he's too much of that alpha mentality. Me, because I'm a clown, I would have bunted.
There's people that bunted too.
Yeah, I would have bunted as a joke, bro. I am not afraid to make a joke of myself. Like, if go to Latin night, find out. But I'm just like I'm not afraid. So it's like if I know for a fact I've never swung a bat, I'm gonna bunt. And if I miss, it's even funnier. But like,
yeah.
But I'm gonna make sure, or I'll even pretend to get hit by a pitch.
Oh, I would have leaned into it for sure.
Leaned into it. Like, fuck. If I swing the first, I'll try. If I swing the first one, I miss bad. I'm like, I'm leaning into the next one.
I'm leaning into the next one. Not only am I leaning into the next one, I'm charging the mound.
Yeah.
Quavarius is on the mound. Don't get me wrong, he's a big boy, but I'm gonna do it as a joke.
But hey, you're also DK Metcalf, you know?
Oh, yeah, he's got him.
Yeah,
I think he's got him.
He's here running away.
No,
but
God,
I
no.
mean, but yeah. What are we talking about?
We're talking about at the ESPYs. How she was at the ESPYs.
She was at the ESPYs, and congratulations to her. She deserves all the spotlight,
all the accolades,
everything.
It's really cool to see because it's like you always get like a bunch of praise, and you hear about these phenoms. At least men do when they're like high school athletes or middle school athletes. Never really see it from the women's athletes. Like they never get the press they probably deserve.
No, like this goes to what you're saying. I don't know her name, but who is the sharpshooter from Oregon? Like that like broke all kinds of records last year.
She was already drafted.
Now she's in the WNBA.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like that's my point though is like she's such a great
and she reminded me like her like biggest inspiration was Kobe too. So like I remember who she was. I just don't remember her name.
But it just goes to show like so that's why I'm glad like Zyla's getting her moment. And I hope it continues.
You know what? Now that you brought that up, you know what I was thinking about? You remember the girl that was in the Little League World Series?
No.
Oh, well, this was a few years back. Yeah, she was in the Little League World Series, and she was striking dudes out. Like she threw very hard, even for a guy. She was top tier in terms of talent, and she's also a great basketball player. And she got, I think, recruited to UConn. Like that's how good she is.
Yeah.
And I think she's still in high school right now. But like I haven't even really heard anything or anything like that about her. And she was like the phenom.
Yeah.
Versus like all the guy phenoms. I mean, you hear left and right about him.
Another phenom, Shohei Ohtani.
Hey, man. Look, I love the boy, but who do you think's had a worse week? Stephen A. Smith or Conor McGregor?
Which one do you want to tackle first? I know for a fact Conor McGregor's had a worse week.
Has he? Because he got, I mean...
okay, never mind. I'll say Stephen A. Smith has had a worse couple days.
I think so.
Couple days because it just happened 2 days ago yesterday. When this comes out, it'll be 2 days.
He's gone dragged for it feels like 4 or 5 days at this point. I feel like he's been dragged. Stephen A.
Didn't it just happen a couple days ago, like Monday?
The Ohtani thing, yes, but he said something about he pissed off somebody too. He said something dumb. I think it might have been about MMA. He did something with MMA that people got pissed off about.
Oh,
I forgot what it was.
Well, if I was just talking about the Shohei thing, I didn't know about anything else he said. Yeah, bro. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Conor. There's gonna be Conor's still gonna have some fans. I think he lost my respect.
Yeah.
Like I'll be honest. I was hoping to see a better fight. I was kind of rooting for Conor. Like the UFC's better when Conor McGregor's on top.
Right.
Because it's better for mainstream success. Like now that they just got that Disney deal, like I know that's why Dana's pushing so hard.
Go ahead, keep talking. I gotta get my keys.
Go for it. I know that's why Dana's pushing so hard for him to get back to the top. Like he's doing his best to kind of advertise and get him these great fights, and it's kind of like fuck, he wet the bed twice already.
Yeah.
So, and it's because of the Disney ESPN deal. He needs to sell pay-per-views. Topo Chico sponsor us, and it's the number 2. He didn't break the record, 1.8 million pay-per-view buys.
Very close.
And I'll be honest, like we talked about it leading up, Dustin Poirier can't sell a fight, nor does he want to sell a fight.
No, he even admitted
he doesn't want to.
He hates the process. He loves to fight.
Yeah.
He hates everything that comes.
And imagine, put yourself in Dana's position. You're like, really, bro?
You're the champ. You're probably gonna be the champion.
You were the champ, but you took the money fight, rightfully so. You got to do right by your kids, generational wealth, get all that. Yes, you should do that. But also, you're not helping me here.
Yeah, hey,
like.
How do you want me to give you more money if you can't sell a fucking fight? But to be fair,
they need to get paid more money. They do.
But I will say this: that is up to the promotion to go ahead and sell the fight. It shouldn't be. There's some accountability on the fighter's part to go ahead and sell it. But if he's a good dude, he's a good ass dude. I mean, you can't expect him to be something he's not.
Yeah. But it's you could tell the UFC's following the WWE blueprint. It's following the Floyd Mayweather blueprint of you need fighter promotion as well. People need to fall in love with you.
Yeah.
They need to be fanatics.
You know what? I'm wrong because you know what it reminds me of right now? GSP.
Yeah.
One of the nicest guys ever. But everybody adored him. Everybody adored him.
Yeah.
Like he sold very high pay-per-views too, even when the sport was in its infancy.
Yeah.
So it's like you could be a nice fighter and still sell. So I will.
You could be a nice fighter and still sell, but you gotta
have some personality.
Have some personality. Show it. Like that embedded was so boring until all it took was Conor McGregor to ride a bike, and I'm entertained.
Oh my god, what's he about to do?
Yeah. So it's like the UFC needs that to get to that. It needs more fighters with personality, like Israel Adesanya, Sugar Sean O'Malley. Like you need these type of fighters. You have fighters that they don't want to do that, like, and that's respectable. It's fine. But just do a little bit of something. You
gotta give me something.
You gotta give me something.
Give me something
to
work here.
The UFC is still in its infancy compared to other sports. These other sports have been around for 100 years. Close. Baseball has been around for 100 and I think 2 or 120 or something.
Over
like
100
that.
years.
Over 100 years.
Probably 115.
And the NFL. Before it was the USFL and all these other federations, but it's been around for 100 years. You have soccer that's been around for hundreds of years. Like, so yeah, you want to get that kind of money, but the sport's only been around for going on 30 years.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to compare. It's not the same.
No, it's apples to oranges. It's not even the same game.
So it's like you need
not even the same game in boxing.
You need that though. You need the fighter to self promote, like help. Give me some. Give me 10. I'll go fucking 90.
Hey, bro, this 90 is gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Pause.
But you see, Israel Adesanya, superstar. Like, just with some personality. And you have Sugar Sean O'Malley. He's not even in the top 10.
Oh, he's not even ranked.
He's not even ranked. So
everybody
loves him. Like everybody wants to see O'Malley fight. You want to see an O'Malley fight. What's the guy's name? That's in the same division. He has like a fucking brawler. Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje. Same thing. Like he understands. Like, hey, bro, I'm not here for the long run. I really don't care about my well-being, but you're gonna be entertained and you're gonna get your money's worth when I fight.
Hey, he's a national, like one of the best wrestlers when he was in college.
Yeah,
he says it himself. I'm not in here to wrestle.
Yeah,
I'm in here to fight.
And
he could do whatever he wants to, but he chooses not to.
Yeah, and that's a fucking wet dream for a promoter. And at the end of the day, yes, you have your MMA purists. The MMA purists are the weird. It's like MMA purists and fucking baseball purists that are the weirdest. I'm gonna tackle the
baseball purists right now.
They're the weirdest purists of sports. Like, it's so weird. Why is a fucking baseball manager dressed in uniform? Don't know.
Look, and we've had this discussion many times, and I get it. Like, if you
and for the people that don't know, the baseball manager is the coach.
The coach, yes. The baseball managers, I thank God they don't do this anymore. But there was times where they would wear cleats. It's like, you're not going on the field, bro. Like, there's pregame and stuff that you do, but you could do it on regular turf shoes.
Yeah,
like
you're not playing.
You're not playing. And back in the day, I get it. Like, when there wasn't enough people, maybe they would come in. The same thing with hockey. Like, that's why they would always have reserves. Like, the fucking guy on the Zamboni would be the fucking cleaning. Would go in.
Hey, can you skate?
Can you skate? Or no? Can you be the goalkeeper?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. But the point is, I always found it weird. It's like
it's
you look
so weird.
You know, because you want it dawned on me when I was in high school. I was like, I still consider us all a bunch of boys. Like we're all
Mm-hmm.
14 years old, and you're a grown man, way above the fucking playing age that
Mm-hmm.
anybody should ever wear a jersey, and you're wearing the same thing we are.
It's like you're still holding on to like the glory days.
It's weird.
Hey, like I can still fucking
Oh,
sling it.
I
You
can
better
still sling it.
oh, you better watch out, bro. You're lucky. I might have lost a little couple MPHs on my cutter, but it still get in there. It get in there. Don't even worry about it.
Bro, but it's the purest of the game, and I've because
Mm-hmm.
baseball is my number one for me, and I grew up, it was my favorite sport. And I
is
hate
football for me.
to attack a certain demographic, but fuck it, I'll say it because they started. The old white demographic, who are all the baseball writers, like the people
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
who just curated the game for so long, and they've been the gatekeepers and yada yada yada. There's a reason why baseball, in terms of popularity,
Drop.
shit the bed. Shit the bed. Because they're unwilling to let go of that. They call themselves America's pastime. Well, it's fucking pastime for a
The
reason
fucking
now.
sport's gonna stay there in the
And it's
past
gonna stay there. But they choose to not make the game modern. Like things are a lot different now.
Hey, you got walk up music.
I guess, bro. You want to know how stupid, and this is on record too. This is how I know that the old purists are stupid. The Cubs are the last team to get lights at their stadium. You want to know why? Because it was a tradition that you go to Wrigley and you only watch day games.
What?
They barely put in lights. I think it was in the 90s, no, the late 80s. So while everybody fucking adapted them fucking in the 60s and 70s, they went decades without
Hey, bro,
having
old
lights.
whites are weird.
It doesn't make sense because
Old whites are
hey,
weird. Hey, and
tradition,
it's not a coincidence that a lot of cults were started by old whites. It's not a coincidence
It's
here.
not. It's
not a coincidence.
But
And
look-
it's very culty. It's very weird energy. Like the purest of the game. We gotta keep it pure. Why? Evolve.
Yeah.
Become better. Laws have changed. There's been more laws changed in the U.S. government than in baseball.
That shouldn't be a thing.
That shouldn't be a thing.
I hate that is a thing because
Like
I
they
love
get
the game.
mad. They get mad. Like I understand, bro. Latinos, you can't take us seriously. You can't take us anywhere. Can't take us anywhere. But we're gonna make the game fun.
Hey,
We'll make any situation fun.
and I think it bothers them, bro.
It bothers them because they're not there for fun.
No, bro. Like, do you know? Oh, bro, I'll never forget this. Like, I remember this was even in high school. Umpires would get mad if your jersey's not buttoned up all the way. What's going on? Button that up. And it's just like, hey, like,
Fucking weird.
hey, some of us have chains. Some of us want to bring a little bit of swag.
Hey,
just a little bit of
sometimes I
fun.
want to feel like I can breathe.
Hey, that too. But I'll say this: it's like, hey, bro, like if I feel good, I think I'm gonna play good.
Hey,
Like,
that's the definition of a Latino
Hey,
right there.
and
In any sport situation
Okay,
setting.
And what does Latinos do? They take it a mile further than it needs to.
Give us an inch, bro. We're gonna take it as
And
far
I'm gonna tell you what. I knew it was a problem, bro. It was a problem. There's a guy named Jorge Soler when he was on the Cubs. He had a Cuban link that was 7 pounds. That it became like it was a problem. The manager was so mad. He's all, dude, you literally, it looks like you're falling over when you're swinging every time because all the weight is pushing you forward. And he's all, no, I still hit home runs. And he did.
Hey,
But not as
and
much.
That's the thing though. As long as you back it up, they'll kind of tolerate it.
But only so long.
Only so long.
He got traded because his batting average. I don't know. But the point of the matter is, it's the purest of the game that fuck it up. Like, let's make it fun. I think they're going in the direction, and it's in the right direction because I remember this was like maybe a year ago or. Like they start like because I follow him on Twitter. Like they start making like fun highlights with like modern music and stuff. It's like
Whoever
oh,
runs the Dodgers Twitter account, their social media, bravo.
it's funny. Like
Bravo.
and that's what it should move towards. But like the association as a whole, like
Yeah.
the front runners never wanted to do it, and they're starting little by little to push the envelope because they see, bro, the
Ratings are trash.
playoff baseball. Yes, it's also a thing where it's like, bro, there's 162 games. You can
Yes,
only watch
that's what I'm
so
saying.
many.
Like playoff baseball, everybody watches. Like I watch. I'll say baseball is my third or fourth sport. Like it's football, MMA, and then it would be baseball.
Yeah.
I would say it's a slim margin between baseball and basketball.
Yeah.
Slim margin. Like you could rotate. You switch those
Because there's so
3
many
and 4.
games, and they're like
It's
the
fucking
playoffs.
exhausting.
The playoffs are fun because there's
Yeah.
something on the line. We like something on the line.
Well, okay, and I'll even take this step further. I will separate football. So college football and then NFL.
100%.
And that because there's a difference. But it's like you need to you gotta let people change. That's the whole purpose. That's the basis of this melting pot we call the United States. Like we become better when everybody puts their best forward. Like I can't if I'm a baseball player and I feel like I can't play unless I got 5 chains on, let me wear 5 chains. If
Yeah.
I suck, then I'll take them off.
I have no room to be
I have no
strutting
room,
around
hey,
like
bro.
this.
Yeah, I have no reason to be peacocking right now.
Nah, bro.
No reason, bro.
No, can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that either. But and I'm glad you mentioned that because, like you said, hey, we're a melting pot here, right?
Mm-hmm.
America's a melting pot. We're built on immigration. Like it is what it is. Let's just call it what it is.
Yep.
At least, and now it's modern.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Stephen A. Smith shit the bed
Mm-hmm.
again when he talked about, and maybe it was taken out of context, but he said it and it wasn't good.
It wasn't taken out of context. He just said it.
He
wrong.
said it wrong. He tried to tell
something
like
he
his
shouldn't have
argument.
even said.
Yeah, I know his argument was clarified later on what he meant to say, and
Mm.
I get it. At the time, he just said it wrong. He was pretty much saying how it's bad that Shohei Ohtani. If you guys haven't seen him, he's on the Angels, big Japanese. Like he looks like a model. Like he looks somebody like he shouldn't even be playing baseball. This dude.
Yeah.
He's doing, and I don't like doing the Babe Ruth comparison because I'll be honest, Babe Ruth wasn't as great as people like to think he is.
He played against milkmen.
Yeah, hey bro, you were like, have you seen photos? Like he's just towering over everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He was 6'1", 230.
And it was bad weight of 230.
Yes,
Yeah.
like
They're probably drinking beer and doing blow in the
bro,
dugout.
it was terrible. Like that's
It's America's pastime.
bro. It was terrible. So that's why it's like he's way better than Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a close
That's my argument in all of sports of like, look at the athletes now
versus later
versus back then.
Yeah.
Don't even compare.
It's not the same.
It's not the same, bro.
They're playing the same sport, but not the same.
It's
game.
not even the same.
But he was pretty much saying that it's bad that the face of baseball, the best player in the world right now, can't speak English. He needs a translator, which is fair. He does need a translator to communicate. But what is him not having to? What is it that because he can't speak English? Oh, this is bad.
It's not a negative thing.
No.
And what was the guy's name that kind of like not checked him?
Oh,
but was-
Jeff Passan.
Jeff Passan.
He's bro. Talk about a self-aware, and I'm gonna give him props. This is a very self-aware white man because he shits on himself. He calls himself pasty. He's like, guys, I'm 5'9". I'm a pasty white guy. What do I know?
Yeah.
But he sells it and he owns his shit. I respect that, man.
But he said Shohei can speak English, but obviously not confident enough to do a whole interview. Like even with UFC, bro, the fighters that speak Portuguese or like these different,
Russian, something else, yeah.
And they don't feel confident, they have their translator right there.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I don't think less of a fighter because he can't speak English.
Hey,
Like, bro, I wish I could speak Portuguese. That language sounds cool.
Yeah, the funniest thing, it's like, can't even speak English, or he doesn't even speak English that well. He knows 3 other languages.
Yeah.
How many do you know?
How many do you
Stephen
know?
A. Smith, I guarantee you don't know more than one English
More
language. Hey, and I don't even know English. You see? Proving point.
You don't even know
I don't-
more than one English.
more than one language that's not English. That's what I meant to say.
Hey,
Hey,
we'll
but
get
I can
through
speak 2 languages, kind of,
Kind of, hey,
somewhat, not really.
Hey,
Hey, but I'm not.
hey,
over
you're
here
average in both languages, which is more than what others can say.
Hey, bro, but I'm not shitting on Shohei.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And it's something that didn't need to be said.
No, bro, and it's
he
just
didn't
like
need to say it. Like that's I
we're
get it,
taking
bro.
this. It's like going a step back. It's like, bro,
That's one thing that I
stop.
don't like about sports talk TV shows because it's every day, or at least every weekday. They have to talk about something, and you got to have a hot take. You got to, take a certain position to make things interesting. Like I hate Skip Bayless, but I get why he has to do that. Because if we're just agreeing all day, it's not that appealing to watch.
Yes, but
There's you go too far overboard. And it's like, okay, you shouldn't have said that.
yeah, and
You don't
my
need to
whole
be saying
whole
that.
thing is like, considering the landscape it's been the last few years, you're a minority, we're minorities. Like we tend to rally around each other. You don't want to. We can, like, if you're not going to give other people a pass when it's involving you, somebody that looks like you or another minority, because immigrants and minorities tend to always gravitate towards each other because we have so much in common. It's like if you're not going to give that pass and you want to shit on people that fuck up during those times, like, hey, bro, you're gonna get equally shit on.
Which
and
we
he owned
listened-
it. He owned it. I'll give him that.
I'm not gonna let him off that easy because, in typical Stephen A. Smith fashion, he still tried to be right. He was defending himself and still tried to be right.
Yeah, he was trying to clarify.
And it wasn't even clarified because it was like his tone is the same tone he uses when he debates Max and these other people when they call him out on being wrong or saying like that was stupid. Like he's still trying to like, oh, what about this? Like any person that says I'm sorry but still tries to justify their actions isn't sorry.
No.
And that's how I heard it. It's like, oh, you're still not sorry. You're just saying that because you work for Disney.
And you know you're in the wrong.
And you know you're in the wrong. And it's like, bro, really? You're going to make a comment when on an international player that's over here, like how Tom Passon or whatever his name, what's his name?
Jeff
Passan said, and you're gonna he's over here trying to pursue the American dream of why everybody kind of came is like
which is even more mind-boggling to me. Isn't like, okay, if we're talking about America as a whole, the demographic is insane. We're a melting pot. A lot of people are immigrants. If that's what you want, like if that's the case, wouldn't you want to sell that and have more people get involved in your sport? It's like, hey guys, like there's somebody that's kind of in your situation or has been through it, or your family or generations ago. It's like, look, and this guy's like a phenomenal talent once in a generation, right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to sell that?
Well, are you
Like,
saying,
you- like, you
saying
don't-
from Stephen A. Smith, or are you talking about Major League Baseball?
Both.
Well, are they not?
They don't. Well, I'll say this: they don't market and promote enough as they need to. But what I'm saying is,
I don't think they do that with anybody. Well, I think I take that back. I think they do that with Aaron Judge and Mike Trout.
Yes.
I
But even
think-
then, to a small degree.
Yeah,
Not
like,
as-
I
not as-
know. I know. Like, it
But it's
could
not
be
like-
it could be better. It could be a lot more. Like, there's no. One thing that I like about the UFC and what the NFL is doing is they're trying to plant roots in these other countries that aren't there. Like what the NFL is trying to do with London. Eventually, London's gonna have a professional team, or they're gonna move a team over there. They're gonna figure out something. There's a reason they keep going. Eventually, Mexico might have an NFL team over there. Never know. Who knows? But there's a reason they have games over there.
Wild.
That's wild, right? And then the UFC, they have their UFC UFC gyms all over the world now. And it's like there's a reason they know that there's people there that like to fight, that are probably boxers, but they're not going to be a professional boxer.
No, man.
But
they know the talent too.
They know the talent, and they're like, okay, if we get a fighter from here, like, and cultivate it, and people see like they see someone that looks like them, or they can aspire to be, that's going to change the landscape of that generation.
So, cultivating the right culture.
Exactly, it's cultivating
Which is
culture, and
what
you allow.
baseball does not do.
No, but what
Hate
they
it.
will do,
I hate
what
it.
they will do is they'll go to these other countries like Cuba, for instance, and go find some players over there to get them on the cheap, and then have them. What is it?
Oh no, they'll have them. Well, yes and no. They'll have them defect.
Defect, yes,
From
but
Cuba.
but everybody knows.
All illegal. Yeah.
But everybody knows.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows what they're doing, and they'll go to other countries as well, and they'll find their players.
Yeah.
But you're not going about it the right way. You could go about this better. Like, why don't you just? I feel like everything should be done in a tasteful manner. And Stephen A. Smith fucked up, and he said he was sorry, but he wasn't. Like, he apologized, I guess, but he was half-hearted.
Yeah.
Like, when someone's still trying to be right in the apology, they're not sorry. And that's
very
how
true.
I looked at it.
No,
And
you got a point.
and bro, name another player that's throwing 100 miles an hour and hitting home runs and leads the league in home runs.
I'll wait.
When there's just players that they're known for fucking hitting,
Yeah.
and he's ahead of them, and he's batting first in the All-Star game.
It's just funny to me because it's like the best play, most of the best, other than Mike Trout, we'll just put him in a different category. Everybody else that's the top in every league right now, all Latin born or all like they're
Like Fernando
from
Tatis.
yeah, or Vladdy or Vladdy Guerrero Jr. or
Jr.
Shohei Ohtani or Acuna. Like there's so many it's
Yeah.
mind-boggling to me. It's like you aren't selling this the right way. It's like
Yeah.
it's just not presented.
It's
in the
not
best
presented
way.
in the right way. It's like I'm a Dodger fan. I don't really pay attention to the Angels, like their roster, but the only two players that I know are Trout and Shohei. And the only one I've heard on Twitter all year is Shohei.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't heard anything about Mike Trout. Yeah. But he'll be in a Subway commercial. He'll be in this. He'll be in that. Like, he's the poster boy that they tried to make. And it's like, you can only do so much when you're on a losing team.
Yeah.
You can only do you can kind of be the face, but you have to win as well. Like, I listen to a lot of sports morning shows. Excuse me. And like Brandon Marshall always brings up, like, why aren't we talking about Mookie Betts?
Yeah.
Like, that should be talk. He should be like, the Dodgers are either they're always in the top two. They always go to the World Series, and Mookie's been on fire as well. Like, yeah, we're talking about Shohei, but like we could talk about we could talk about a lot of players.
Yeah,
we could talk about a lot more people.
Yeah.
And I think it's the right thing to talk about Shohei because it's he's doing something that's unprecedented. Like, in today's game, when you have people that just pitch, when you have people,
every sport, they say every sport now is specialized. Like there's something like what you can't really do everything well because it's just too hard nowadays. So specialize in something.
Hey, Urban Meyer would beg to differ. He only went for recruits that played more than one sport,
and it worked out for him pretty well. Granted, probably had a few bad guys on the team, right? Probably didn't.
They played multiple sports. They were in the game and in the game.
Oh, in the game.
Yeah, they was in both games.
So, okay, well, I guess we all need to have shooters on the team. I guess.
Got bodies on and off the field. And so
nasty.
so did Bill Belichick.
Hey, that's nasty. And
they're
winners.
Two of the best winners in football history. Had killers on the team.
That's nasty.
Yeah, but I mean, it's and read the room, man. What was the last movement we heard? Stop Asian hate.
Yeah.
And you're gonna say some like read the fucking room.
Bro,
he always talks like that's why I'm going so hard on him. Pause is because he always says read the room. Oh my God, what why would you say blah 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 blah? It pops off all the time, and you can't shut up for a segment without defending yourself when you're wrong. You're a bitch.
You heard it here first, folks.
And it's the same thing for Conor McGregor. I understand it's a freak accident. You broke your leg. Understand. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody could have anticipated that.
But the meme of this dude on the ground with
a broken leg on the ground, and Joe Rogan talking to you like you had too many shots of Henny and you've been going after all the wrong women all night. And you're still talking shit after you were getting your ass handed. Like, it's fighting though. Like, I wouldn't say I'm a purist, but I've been watching MMA long enough to know anything can fucking happen. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you got your ass beat in the first round. Some people would say it might happen again in the second round, but there's always a possibility with a knockout puncher that the tide can change at any moment. Any moment the tide could change. So he probably could have in the second round. But what you did after the fight, it was like that's where it's overboard. Once you start bringing people's family and wives into it, like
dude, they were saying from what they were saying was he said disgusting things that ESPN cannot even air. Mm-hmm. Like they don't even want to repeat what he said. Like it was apparently that bad. And granted, like he was saying a bunch of bad shit about his wife and which chef's kiss on the wife's part when he had a broken leg.
Yeah,
and she looked at him and just like, fuck.
No, she gave him the gangster bird too. This would like, oh, bro, yeah, that's cool.
I'm a fan of her. I'm a fan of her now.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it's like, well, fuck this guy. Like when he lost to Nate the first time, and he was respectable about it, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Like you can build up the fight. We all know this is just marketing promo. But how you are in defeat, that's who you are as a man.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like you got your ass beat the first time. You're gonna run it back.
Came back with a vengeance.
So I thought the same thing was gonna happen when he lost against Dustin, and he was so respectful during that fight. And then like it just went too far overboard. It's like, okay, now we're really empowering the wrong person here.
No, I think we're at the point now in this state of the world where we don't need to empower the wrong things.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, bro, I'll just go back to empowering, Israel Adesanya and Sugar Sean O'Malley and Derek Lewis, who don't say much, Francis Ngannou.
Hey, he don't say much, but when he does say something, it's very funny.
Derek Lewis is hilarious when it comes to fight world.
Yeah, but speaking about not empowering those that are bad in this country or in this world, period. I don't know if you guys have seen what's been going on in Cuba, and granted, this has been going on in Cuba ever since the dictatorship with Fidel. So
since before we were born.
Over 60 years. Mm-hmm. Like this has just been bad. But it's getting very overboard. They've been a communist country, dictatorship. Like it's always been bad. Mm-hmm. Apparently now with COVID, they don't have enough vaccines. People are sick. Because it's a communist country, mm-hmm. They have the only all these protests are going on. They are not one for. It's like if you try to protest, maybe not as bad, but if you try to protest in North Korea, you're dying.
No, I saw images of people dying, being hung.
Oh yeah, no. So it's terrible. But this is where they have like the ultimate power is they are the single provider of like internet service. Mm-hmm. So they've cut off so people can't, because people are going on Instagram Live or just Facebook Live and broadcasting these things to the world of like, look we're trying to peacefully protest. We're trying to bring awareness. And like the government's going ahead and backlashing, killing people, kidnapping them, doing what they're doing. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I love what technology can do now because it's bringing so much awareness to the fact of like, we shouldn't be just like I understand the U.S. shouldn't always have to get involved in everybody's affairs, considering how bad our fucking affairs are at times. But it's one of those things like, hey, you have a big Cuban community, like demographic in your country. It's like they're not too far
Cuba's
from us.
right there.
People fucking swim from there, bro, or not swim, but like they get on boats and try and get over here from there. Like it'd be the same thing as kind of like Mexico.
Yeah,
it's they're right next to us. It's like there should be something to be said, and it just sucks the fact of like, fuck. And I was talking about it with my mom, and she's like, well, what really can we do like over here? And I was like, the most that I could think of is like just try and show up and show, like, I guess the government that
bring as much awareness as you can.
Like, this is a fucking thing. You should be caring about this.
Yeah. Or you're saying from our government standpoint?
Yeah, from our government to help out.
Our
because,
government officials.
Bro, there's no, like, unless there's a coup or something, like, I don't know how that regime would end. And it's hard
funny,
to end a
it's
dictatorship.
Funny, bro, it's funny to me how America wants to stop the spread of whatever, political ideologies oppose their own. Communism, yes. But it's so funny to me how they want to do that only in countries where they need their resources.
China.
And there's other countries. Yeah. It's just like only in those instances. But when it comes to Mexico and when it comes to Cuba, when it comes to brown, countries, they could give two shits.
Well, I don't want to say that either, because I think the U.S. just does things.
If this happened, if this was Mexico right now, what would the government do besides strengthen the border?
If it, I think they would put resources into it.
Well, and we see how bad the cartel war is going on. What's the United States government doing about it?
I mean, they have done things in the past.
Because it probably behooves them to.
No, that's why. No, what I'm preaching is the U.S. does things in their interest. The reason they're not going into China and trying to stir shit up, one, because you're asking for a world war, but two, there is so much benefit in terms of trade amongst each other. It's like, let's not.
Yeah, they always
let's keep this rocking.
Behoove in their favor. Yes,
yeah, like that's what
the drug war behooves them because of. They're obviously in bed with each other.
Yeah, and no offense to Cuba, but it's like they don't provide anything for the U.S. to be like, oh yeah, like let's go ahead and fix this.
Yeah, so that's basically why you're probably not going to see the government officials talk about it.
There's like this mayor of Miami and certain representatives that are of Cuban descent that are coming out. Like, well, I've seen on the news. Maybe they probably won't. To be honest, they probably won't publicize it a lot on like.
I
NBC,
saw people's
CNN,
posts were
Fox.
getting taken down.
Yeah. But on the Spanish-speaking television networks, like I see it all. I've been watching it this whole time.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I was just talking on social media.
Yeah,
on social media, people's posts were getting taken down.
It's just one of those things, like how sad and how like I guess how powerless it kind of is to see like all this going on, and it sucks like when it happens in our own communities. But like I always say all the time, we really don't realize how well we have it. In comparison to a lot of these other countries. I even think about Mexico. Like, don't get me wrong, there's terrible things and a lot of things that are still bad in Mexico. But even you want to even compare that to things that go on in Guatemala or Nicaragua or just other Latin American countries. Like, dude, there's levels to everything.
Yeah, there's levels. There's levels to it, and then it's bad. And we're fortunate enough to be here. Born now. I mean, I believe in reincarnation, but I'm glad that my present self is here.
Yeah.
Like here in this country, like where I'm at with the situation that I'm in with friends, family, just health, everything. It's like, why am I going to take, I would never take this stuff for granted.
No.
And then when you look at other stuff like that, like, yeah, I have a problem with, you can take like, and I know people hate this person, but you can silence certain people for their political views. Or you could voice those people, but then when it comes like you're quick to do that, and then when it comes to people's posting about what's going on in other countries, like kind of shadow banning it, like not putting it on their feed, taking it down. It's like, no, there needs to be awareness, because if you just hear about it, it's just like you hear it, but if you see a face, you automatically correlate to that's a person.
Yeah,
it's not just like you just heard, and it's fucked up because there needs to be awareness for we saw through the pandemic what awareness can do. And I know people like to talk shit of like, oh, what's your post gonna do? Oh, it's gonna educate whoever sees this.
Yeah,
it's gonna like
clearly it's starting. Clearly, there's a conversation. Whether you don't want to have it or you do.
Like they shadow ban and they try to hide this information from us, and it's fucked up because this is a public platform, and you're saying like, oh, we're not. like these communist countries and this and that third, but you're also keep withholding information from us that should be just public knowledge.
Yeah.
Like,
if you really think we can't really do anything about it, then just give us all the information.
yeah, let us at least know we have the right to the information.
Yeah.
Now, we obviously don't have the power with ourselves to like physically go over there and be like a bunch of vigilantes.
Nah.
Like, that's not gonna happen. No. But you would like to think like, if you speak for the people, the people should have the right to the knowledge and the information of what's exactly going on. It should be talked about. If we can, see all day about what goes on in our neighborhoods of like people dying, like it's always bad news when you there's never anything good when you turn on the news.
No.
What's it gonna hurt like on the social media as well? Like, just see what's going on. At least let people be aware. And that awareness, eventually it's going to cause something. Eventually there's going to be, whether it be petitions, whether it be, stuff's going to start moving. It's going to get the ball rolling, but enough people have to know to be able to care.
Yeah. Like the thing is they don't even want to plant the seed. Like they just, hey, don't know about it. Like, we don't want you to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know about it, then you're never really going to have a conversation. It's never really going to be a thing. But I mean, things take a time for things to get passed in this country, but it's like, but the only way they get passed is you fucking have the conversation. Like, it might take a while to get it there, but fucking A.
And I like this when people call out celebrities, because they call out the celebrities that, they go to Cuba, they go vacation there, they say how much they love Cuba, and they just don't say anything. I mean, I love, like, it's very hypocritical. Like, we go to Mexico all the time, and every time when we cross the border, I look around, I'm so appreciative of, like, I don't live like this.
Yeah.
But if there's anything I could do to help, I know, like, hey, I'm not going to be the one to make a change, but whatever I can do.
Yeah.
If there's something going on to be able to help, like, yeah, and bring awareness to it, of course. Why not? Because then that's going to eventually cross paths of somebody that is going to see it.
Yeah. Or there's going to be organizations, certain things that can actually do something more than I can. So it sucks to see.
Send the Proud Boys over there to Cuba. I'm just kidding.
Hey, they want to talk all that shit. Yeah, no, it's tough. I feel bad for that country. Well, I mean, there's a lot of countries I feel bad for, but you like it, and that's why I like kind of bring this back to mental health. It's like sometimes, like, even though it's like dog shit as I'll feel, it's like, and I know you should never play the comparison game. It's like a prom is still a prom, even though it's not as big as a prom or dramatic. The proms are still a problem, and you see what's going on, and I know of these things, and I'm just like, man, I shouldn't complain. But then it's also the fact of like, you shouldn't complain, but it's like, it's still a problem.
Don't minimize your problems.
Yes, and I feel like that's most of the time the fact, especially bro, we have so much information, knowledge, and all these things. It's like, yeah, well then maybe my problems aren't that serious, because you're constantly berated, or well, no, it's not berated. There's a word for it. I can't think of it. It starts with the B. You're constantly throwing all these problems and all these things. It's like, yeah, no, bro. Then you clearly, it's not that serious. So it's not that important.
Yeah, I think
and it's a tough one. I feel like a lot of people think that.
I see this on my timeline a lot, and there's people that complain about the tiniest of things. There's people that complain about big things. There's people that complain about anything, and I understand, like, everyone's problem is their problem. You should be able to say your problem, though. Don't minimize your problem just because, I remember as a kid growing up, my mom and dad would say if I didn't finish my food, hey, there's starving kids in Africa.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at them like, well, are you gonna give them my food? Like, are you gonna give them my food? Like, realistically, like, I'm full, and are you gonna ship this over there? Well, no. Then why are you saying it? Like, I'm full right now. Like, it doesn't, not to say that it doesn't matter, but whatever your problem is your problem.
Yeah. And
you should be able to talk about it with whoever you want to talk about it, or whoever you feel safe to talk about it with. There's other problems going on. There's always gonna be problems bigger than your own. But if you constantly do that, then you're never gonna address your problems. You're never gonna be able to vent your problem. Yeah, you're gonna suppress that.
Yeah, you're belittling whatever's going on internally in your head.
And sometimes perspective helps a lot.
Yes.
Perspective helps. Like, you lost your charger, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. I lost my keys. Fuck, I can't find them. All right. Well, I mean, you got to pay, $250 for brand new keys. That shit sucks. Don't get me wrong. Hey, bro, you're lucky enough to have a car.
or you're lucky enough to be able to be in that position that you probably can pay the $250. It's an inconvenience. It's being able to distinguish, to be able to have perspective is to be able to distinguish problems and inconveniences.
Yeah.
Sometimes things that you think are problems are just an inconvenience.
Mm-hmm. Here's the moment.
But don't think that all your problems are just an inconvenience.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you got to be able to speak about it, be able to talk to people. Like, how they say, like, take deep breaths. Kind of, is this going to matter in 5-10 minutes? Is this going to matter in 5 years? Mm-hmm. It's, do that critical thinking with yourself. And if you feel the need to just vent to somebody or just like say it like in conversation, like, oh bro, I can't believe I fucking lost my keys.
Yeah.
And then you're probably like, oh bro, that fucking sucks. You're well, you just have to buy new. Hopefully you find them. If not, you're gonna have to buy new keys. And then that kind of be the end of it. Don't talk about it all day.
Yeah, no.
Because you're really gonna let losing your keys ruin your day.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, distinguishing like what's not that serious. Like, get what you're mad about. Is this a heat of the moment thing, or is this actually a problem?
Yeah, and you should be able to. I mean, allow yourself to get flustered. Allow yourself to vent to people. Mm-hmm. And if people are belittling your problems all the fucking time, start reevaluating your circle.
Yeah.
If they're always belittling, like, really, like if I were to say, hey Arthur, I lost my keys. Really, bro? Fucking lost my car. like, wait, what? Like, yeah, bro.
You lost your keys? I'm on a fucking scooter.
Yeah. I can't walk. Bro, it's just like, what? Wait, hold on. Like, hey, bro, sorry. Yeah. Just sometimes I just gotta say shit.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm just letting you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I may be saying it in a way like, oh fuck, I lost my keys. I'm not gonna let this ruin my day.
No. Hey, bro, you're.
It's just like, hey, bro, like, really, dude?
I get
really,
it.
dude? You lost your keys. There's people that can't even get a car.
Yeah.
There's people that missed the bus today.
Mm-hmm.
Go fucking check yourself, bro. And just walk away. Can you give me a ride? No, bro. You can take the fucking bus. I just told you. I gave you options. Like, wait, what?
You want to go be fucking Debbie Downer?
Yeah. Figure it out. Don't have a bus card. I don't know, bro. Figure it out. Shit out of luck,
bro.
If it's like, there's a baseball player one time.
He gave a fucking phenomenal explanation on this. You'll see it like, or any athlete, like when they have a bad moment and they lose their shit and they're fucking just slamming shit on the sidelines, bashing a bat or whatever. And a reporter had the balls enough to ask him. He's like, "Hey, why do you do that?" And he's like, "I want you to understand this." He's like, "I'm allowed 30 seconds of absolute rage. And then after those 30 seconds, I got to be a good teammate." And he said it in that manner, and I didn't even think about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, he did. But all that's highlighted was the fact that he was beating the shit out of a cooler with a bat, which is hilarious. But
that's funny.
But then he was a good teammate. He's like, all right, fuck. It's not about me anymore. It's not always about me.
Bro, they always highlight, like, say a player frustrated, sits away from the team a bit, like, let me cool off.
Yeah, like, fucking I'm not allowed to express some anger, some emotion.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a peacock, you gotta let me fly.
Yeah, but 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was a great point. I always thought about that.
Like, that's the max you're allowed is 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna be a fucking sourpuss
for an hour,
yeah, a day, a weekend,
internally we got a problem here now.
Hey, asshole, I live with you.
I fucking live here, asshole. But I think about that too. Like when I was younger, it's like, fuck, bro. I remember things would bother me, and I was mad for like a whole weekend.
Hey, you ever get mad, walk away, and hope that she runs after you?
Oh, bro, constantly. Hey, bro, I did it all the time.
And then you realize, like, I'm a fucking idiot. She didn't even know where I went,
bro. I was like, and the moment I noticed that, because I did.
It's fucking dark here in Middle Earth. How's she gonna find me?
I'm on a different dorm, but what got me fucked up was this is how stupid I wasn't even in the argument. I was like, oh, she's gonna chase after me. I left my phone charging, and I don't have the balls to come walking back and get my phone. At that point, I just had to keep walking. Mm-hmm. She'll find me eventually. I'll tell you what, Adam, she never found me. Shock. Hey, how could she? Yeah. It's fucking middle of the night. Yeah. A huge ass college campus. How is she gonna find? How is she supposed? Is she Inspector Gadget? How's she finding me?
Dude, what was I thinking? That she's gonna run to her RA and say, like,
have you seen him? Hey, can you check the cameras? Can you check the cameras? Tell me where he went.
Call campus security. We're looking for a man.
For a fucking delinquent. A transient, if you will.
Transient. He may still be in his onesie.
And
he
I,
ditched the onesie. Oh my god.
what's he in?
What's he in?
No, I mean, now this just became a cold case, if you know what I mean.
No, the night got him.
Uh,
But yeah, you're allowed 30 fucking seconds.
Yeah, you're
I had to learn that growing up. Like, I mean, I get it. We're all 17, 18.
23.
Eventually, you gotta let that shit go.
Yeah.
Vent, express.
Fucking write it out on a board if you
Yeah,
need to.
do whatever you need to do. But you're allowed 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Compose yourself.
You're
Let it out,
allowed. I'll
compose
say that
yourself.
you're allowed an appropriate amount of time.
Um,
Whatever you, but don't be excessive with that either.
yeah, don't abuse him the whole day.
Not to be fucking just screaming in anger for fucking 5 minutes straight.
Yeah. And just looking at me with disgust, like,
Yes,
hey, whenever you're ready to be an adult about this, we could talk.
We could talk.
Yeah.
Come on, but if you want to fucking walk around butt naked without your onesie, that's on you.
But naked without your onesie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had the onesie, lost it.
Oh, all right.
Still,
He's thrown.
hey, still in my socks.
Still my socks.
Hey, I don't want to get hypothermia.
He lost the onesie. Oh my god, he's in his elephant thong. We need to find him.
We need to find him fast. The night's getting
He's
real
in an
cold.
elephant thong? Well, it's more like an anteater. He's got school spirit. What can I say?
he doesn't even go here.
It's like, bro, what you want?
What is you on?
So you're telling me this kid's still in high school? We have a child, right?
He's still in high school. How did he get here? Miss, how old are you?
There's a lot of questions that needed to be asked, but we're not ever going to answer those questions. Not on camera.
Not on camera.
No.
Come Latin night, we might tell you.
Wednesdays on Moxie's. Catcher Boy Disco. Killed it.
I think we did all that.
We did all that. Did we miss on anything else? I think that's it. I mean,
We had Loki on.
Look, Loki
Just keep
is
it
the
brief.
best. I'm gonna keep it brief. This is all I need to say. Loki's the best Marvel TV series that they've put out.
Bar none.
It's the best. I'm sad that it's only 6 episodes. I have to believe they're splitting this into 2.
But you could also see with the amount of production and how well it was put together. How you see some shows that are like only 8 episodes long next season. They did 6. Probably
Yeah.
for a reason though. Because
Conservative.
yeah.
Who knows where it's gonna go? I told Arturo, episode 1 gets you right away. There's no fluff. There's no setting. There's nothing like you get that right away.
Hey, I was
First
hooked.
5 to 10
I
minutes,
was hooked.
you get it. So best TV series. I mean, I'm a personal fan of Loki. So
Yeah.
it's great. Season finale's tonight. That's what I'm probably gonna watch. Well, for sure, what I'm gonna watch when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
I encourage you all that have Disney Plus to go ahead and watch it. If you don't have Disney Plus, it's $5. You have $5. And watch it. It's well worth it. Yeah, there's so much. There's so much on Disney Plus.
There is. Oh, you know what I also watched? I watched because I did get into Loki this weekend. I also watched Black Widow.
Which I haven't watched. I heard from you and from my sister that it's really good.
It's really good. And it was surprising because I feel like it wasn't marketed like the best, like as much as it probably should be.
Oh no, because it was supposed to come out 2
during
years
the
ago.
pandemic, yeah. And they didn't want to put it out. So maybe there's something to that too as well. But when I
It
watched it, I
just
was like,
lost steam.
yeah, lost steam. I was like, wow, this is a really good fucking
It's
movie.
sad because she waited 2 years for her own movie and
Right.
then kind of dropped the ball. That's sad. ScarJo didn't deserve that. But it's a good movie. I hear that the end of the credits scene ties into WandaVision. Did you watch the end of the scene credits?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool.
Oh, hey, Marvel.
Some
you
people
always
don't
do.
know. Some people don't know.
No, you always
And Loki, I think it's episode 2 or 3 where they have an end of credit scene. However you say it.
Well, I always let it play. Let it play all the way
Let
to
it
the
play,
next
but
episode.
there's one oh no. It's episode 4. Episode 4 they have it because it foreshadows to episode 5, which we saw last week.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Well,
So
now-
episode 4 stay for the credits. But yeah, Marvel they have, I think they said we're getting into phase 4 or stage 4 of Marvel, where they have Doctor Strange. They have
Oh, yeah,
all these
yeah.
other movies coming out.
That are gonna
that
have
this
to-
was
that
this
are gonna
was
branch
building-
off,
Yeah,
yes.
because this is kind of like, I don't want to say setting the scene, but it's kind of like giving you that what happened during that end game kind of period.
Yeah, kind of like from from Infinity War to Endgame.
Yeah, so it's that in between those two movies, and then now it's gonna go boom here. So
Yeah.
you kind of get caught up in you're caught up on what was going on in these other things.
Which if you haven't watched all the Marvels, like that's a challenge in itself, but it's doable. Disney Plus has it for you. You can
It's
watch
in
them all there.
cinematic order.
There you go. It's possible. You can do
It's
it.
possible. Hey, we can do whatever we want. And I'm a binger, bro.
One thing about Adam,
I'm gonna binge.
he's a binge watch.
Binge. Yeah. I'm not gonna say what I've been. Hey, fuck it. I've been watching Gossip Girl, bro. I don't know
Holds
why I
up?
didn't watch it. I don't know why I didn't watch it as a kid growing up.
Holds up.
Holds up, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to watch the new one first,
Don't do that.
and it was the first 5 minutes. I'm like, this is bad. And then somebody told me like, no, you need to watch the first one. The first one's way better. First scene, Blake Lively. I'm already hooked.
Hey,
If this is good, I don't give a shit.
I don't
It's
care
Blake
what's
Lively.
Hey, I don't give a fuck what's
Give
great.
me 6 seasons of Blake Lively.
I could do
Thank
that.
you.
Mhm.
That's all I asked for. Everybody else, whatever. But it ended up being a good show.
And
it's a good show. What I realized about myself is I like mess when it's not my own, and I think that's just being a Latino. Like,
most definitely.
yeah, like I love watching like, oh, this is rich people tea. Like this is rich people mess here.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Oh god.
They're scant. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought. You know what? I thought I was bad, but
Oh my god. They just fuck each other's best friends. What the fuck?
what is going on here?
Oh my god. And they're cool. Jesus Christ, these rich
Hey,
people.
hey, these rich people are built
Who's
different.
this Gossip Girl? And then you find out the voice of her isn't even her.
No,
I'm like, oh my god,
like a Ted Mosby type of a scenario.
it is. And I'm like, I started it what day? Saturday. Started it Saturday. I'm already midway through season 2. There's 20 episodes each
Per
season. They're
season,
an hour
like
long.
how the old seasons used to be back in the day when they produced TV shows back then, where there'd be 20 much
Hey,
episodes.
all they needed is, your pilot hit. All right, 20 episodes.
We're good here.
We're good here.
Keep it going.
Yeah, and hour-long episodes, so you can do the math, whatever you want to do. I'm a binger. I did the same thing with Game of Thrones. Like Game of Thrones takes 2 episodes to get into it because it has to set the scene. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
It'd be like if you try to make like kind of like the whole Marvel universe into a show.
Oh no, can't do that.
But they did it.
Yeah.
That's why it's so great. But it takes 2 to 3 episodes to kind of set. Like you got to know the characters. Binge the fuck out of that, and you could do the math on that. That's
Well, I'll say this, dude. I'm glad you're binging that and not shows like Grey's Anatomy.
I can't do that.
Because you're
just can't.
hey, you want to talk about how your mental health is? It'd be a lot worse if you watch that show. I'm convinced. I don't know how people can how they can compartmentalize that show and their mental health. I never understood it.
You're not meant to.
It's not. You know
It's
what?
not in you.
It's
You're
it's
not that guy.
Hey, you're not that guy, pal.
Are you that guy?
Could be.
It could be.
I mean,
Nah, I'm that guy.
I'm that guy.
I'm that guy.
I mean, I got through 3 seasons of Grey's Anatomy, but that's neither.
I got through 3. I know there's probably 7.
Bro, there's like 12 seasons. I think.
Jesus fuck. God damn.
There's like-
that was an honest reaction.
Bro, there's more than 12 seasons. There's like 14, I think. Or
What
some
the
bullshit.
fuck are y'all doing to yourselves?
And it might even be higher than that. I don't even remember.
What are
but
y'all
it's
doing to yourselves, bro? I always see people tweet about it, and I'm like, oh,
Meredith Grey is still kicking.
Meredith Grey. Oh nah. Hey, anybody that watches Gossip Girl, I fuck heavy with Rufus. Rufus, my dog. He deserved it. Rufus. You just gotta watch.
You just gotta watch.
You're be in Rufus's corner. If you're not in Rufus's corner, then fuck you. Straight up.
If there's any disagreements,
And
let us
fuck
know.
Dan Humphrey.
That's mighty aggressive, but okay.
He's the guy that played the main character in You, Penn Bagley.
No, I know.
Okay.
Do you know that Penn Bagley and Blake Lively dated because of that show?
I think that's a common theme.
Yeah.
Like when you're spending that much time with the person.
How could you not?
Yeah. Like, I mean, we're not gonna talk about it, but Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
I'm gonna answer my question for my mental health because Adam didn't fucking answer it. Now that he brought it
Hey,
up,
hold on. I asked you in the beginning, and you transitioned.
and I deflect.
Yeah.
And I'm deflecting like people defect from Cuba. And this is what I'm gonna say. Tom Holland, I respect you. You're a great actor. You seem like a great guy. But do I have a personal vengeance with you now because you're with Zendaya? Absolutely. And you know what? I hope she's happy. I pray. Hey, bro. And if you're not making her happy,
Translation. I hope she's not.
You know what? I need to work on some things before me and her link up. That's all I'm gonna say. But I did see something funny. He was like, this because he's small, like he's a smaller guy, and obviously she's tall.
Short kings.
Yeah, short kings. And like he's like, I don't know if it was like on a live or what he was doing. Like he had on her like leather jacket, and he fits in it perfectly. And I'm like, oh, bro, that's a cheat code I didn't even think about. Like because she like
Cross dressing.
Huh? Oh well, not that, but like if your girl's a lot bigger than you, like clearly. And they wear like their clothes kind of like tighter.
It obviously just shows he has a good sense of humor.
Yeah,
she's having a good time.
Yeah, she didn't care.
Yeah,
she has a million leather jackets.
Yeah, she's not gonna be all fucking serious.
Yeah, so I saw that I was like
her other co-host or co-star, tall one.
Oh, fuck that guy.
That guy's very serious.
Jacob Elordi, fuck that guy.
Very serious.
But I saw that I was like, you know what? I could appreciate that.
Yeah, like
he know. Hey, clearly it's a thing.
It's no matter the height, bro. If you have a good personality, good sense of humor, you're gonna win.
It's gonna go a long way.
It's gonna go a long way.
I'll say this: that relationship's gonna last a lot longer than when she was with the.
Bro, she ain't even gonna know that she's short. That you're shorter than her because she'll be laughing so much.
Yeah,
her eyes are gonna be closed.
Oh, bro. You heard it here first.
You heard it here.
But think about it. I know that relationship's gonna last a lot longer than whatever fucking thing they had.
Bro, I said the same thing to my grandma. I said the same thing to my grandma. I'm like, what made you fall in love with this ugly dude? Talking about my grandpa, the guy I look exactly alike. And I was like, she's like, oh well, you know, he was funny. He showed me a good time. I was like, you found out he's funnier than he is good looking. And he just started looking more and more handsome the more you were laughing. Like, hey, that guy has a personality of a fucking wetboard. Hey. But this guy has me laughing all day. Mm-hmm. I want to kick it with this guy some more. Hey, what you talking about over here?
Hey, what's going on over here? Hey, you seem like you're having a mighty good time.
I want to laugh.
Hey, I like a mighty good time.
Yeah. That's what it is, bro. Hey, work on yourselves. Be a good person to be around, and people going to be around you.
Yep. And then who knows, maybe one day you might get a date with Zendaya or you might get around her. I don't know.
Be a good person. Don't be a Dan Humphrey.
No.
Fucking sour puss, always negative, crying me a fucking river.
All right, bro. This podcast has gone on way too goddamn long.
Bro, it's just as the show goes on, you start off and you think like, oh yeah, you know, he's a real lunch pail guy. Came from, you know, he's not as rich as these other people, right? And then he goes on like, oh, you're just fucking negative. Your perspective is just negative. Granted, you're fucking 15 in the show. That's the character age he's supposed to be portraying.
Yeah.
But still, bro, like, you're fucking just negative all the time.
I was negative too when I was
like,
why
the fuck is she fucking with you? God, she must be miserable right now, and I know because she's telling me. Anyway, let's go.
Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in this week. I think we will probably be taking a break next week.
We're gonna take a break next week. We have production we need to do, and just to give, I guess, like a break. Let's let some more news come out.
We got to double digits, and we're like, you know what? Okay, we can take a break here.
We need a break. Hey, you know what?
That's fine and dandy.
What we're doing is we're taking not things slow, but we're having a pace here. We don't need to put out every week, but consecutive weeks in a row we will do.
Yes. Well, we will take time off.
So it looks like it's about every 5 episodes we're going to take a break.
Yeah, which is fine. It's fine. Hey, bro, I
like that. I know it's not fine. Your voice went high pitched.
No, I'm saying it's fine because it's fine on my end.
Yeah, it's fine for me too because we don't get burnt out. It's not like we're just putting all kinds of like just is it fodder or just filler like out there like nonsense like. Hey, well, you know when we're gonna drop an episode, we're gonna have quality conversation, which I think we did, and I think it was seamless.
I'll be honest, and I'm sorry to all the ladies that were watching this, and this might have been too much sports talk for them, but it was just scenarios of, yes, it is involved with sports, but there's bigger issues at play here.
But women love baseball players.
They definitely like the way they look in their baseball pants. I'll say that much.
Hey, it stands true.
Girls love ball players. I think that's without saying.
Mm-hmm. But yes, not see you next week, but the following week. We'll keep you updated. We'll keep you posted on it.
Until then,
you can go ahead and watch all the other episodes if you haven't watched.
Hey, you know what? Backlog. Go ahead and binge. We talked about binging. You could do the same.
Binge.
But until then, guys, y'all be safe. Keep get your chickens right. Get your mentals right. Work on yourself. Until then, until next week or the week after. Peace.
God, we're so bad. Later.